Our officials tonight, Scott Becker, Nathan Durant and Hugh Starkey for Friday Night Hoops. In the City of Churches, Adelaide 10-9 on the season. Playing for that 5th and 6th spot. The new additions for NBL 23 with the play-in series.
11, offensive foul.
Slightest movement on an on-ball or even an off-the-ball screen, they're very conscious.
They're consistent. They're consistent with his own, which is good.
Here's Tyler Harvey. With the right hand, gets inside and opens the scoring account for the Hawks.
And he can get going. You don't let him see that first couple go in. Make or miss, he's going to get him up.
Had 21 points on Monday in their 7-point loss to Cairns, Tyler Harvey. Carries a lot of the scoring load this season. And an offensive foul and a turnover in their first two.
And not how they want to start. And they've always, in the last couple of months, they've had some slow starts at home.
Well, they've only recently just got over 500 in their home record on this floor since they've made the move from, well, was that a whole different bunch of names, but since they've moved from the other venue.
Drimmick, catch and shoot three. His second half of the season has been dramatically better than his first half of the season.
Absolutely, he can get going too. He brings that energy straight away, get the crowd involved early, knock down some jump shots.
Lockie Dent misses a bunny. Won't get an easier opportunity than that tonight. Drimmick walks into the three.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back from deep.
He's not going to hesitate either after he's made a couple. He's not going to die wondering. And
nor should he.
And down this end of the floor, the work he's doing on Frazier, you see how he's locked in, fighting over the top, not switching, just really trying to chase. And that time there, Soto picks up his second foul. We have a look. 23 from deep in his opening 4 games as a Hawk, but recently struggled, has only made 2 of 15 in his past 3 outings.
Didn't play on Monday due to hamstring soreness. Drimmick gave up that look.
So why wouldn't you take that, Joey? Why wouldn't you take? You made 2 in a row. You have a wide open shot.
Well, I think he's. And Peter Ally, Ray Wood, got some legends of the game that played with the West Adelaide Bearcats.
It's a fair lineup for NBL 1 Central. McCarron and Drimmick in your starting 5.
I think the great Mike Mackay used to play with him as well.
That's more of that shooting touch you were talking about.
That's what he can do. He's been a real professional since he's joined this team.
Well, what we saw with Perth, well, I always thought he could play, but
he didn't play like this, though.
No, not even close. He's come out and really lightened it up and looks a completely different player.
Drimmick's third 3-point attempt jumps out. He's feeling good in his first quarter.
Back to Frazier, though, he probably didn't play like that because you got guys like Cotton and other guys that demand the ball. Now, with this team, he can be the go-to guy.
Frolling. He's busy on Soto and scores over the top. Illawarra in front.
It's a good point when you talk about Frazier, when you talk about the role that the Wildcats asked him to play. And sometimes when you're concentrating more on specifics that aren't necessarily right in your wheelhouse, things can go a little awry. And with the freedom that he's had this period with the Hawks, he's looked sharp.
Falling away, that doesn't stick for Cleveland. Frolling passes that straight to Jacob Jaconis. At press conferences all season, he's spoken about his young players and what they're learning. He's not dragging his bottom lip on the floor.
Absolutely
well,
not.
Similar to what the Phoenix have been going through recently, he has been dealt a tough hand with injuries.
There's Franks, his first points of the night.
Well, a little something for Deng Deng as well. Just a bit of advice along the way.
Just to let us know. Don't jump, bro. Got a little something for you.
Oh!
Deng Deng crosses him over.
He's yelling and one before the ball leaves his hand.
There he is with the offensive rebound.
There you go.
That time scores. He's saying he went a little bit early, Coach?
A little bit early.
A couple of rebounds. His first bucket of the night. McCarron tees off. It's good.
And that's what I'd love to see him do. Take those shots, McCarron. You can knock them down. opened it up for everyone else.
He's only been averaging a 1 and a bit attempts per game.
He's got the ball, though, so what do you mean?
Well, he's only shooting at 20%.
That's only 6 made 3 of the season, wow.
Off of a low attempt, but the fact that he hasn't hit too many, like I said, only shooting at 20%, his confidence may be a little down.
That is turnover number 3 early on for the 36ers.
You have to sit some guys that absolutely deserve minutes, but in order just to tighten and shorten that rotation to get it going, that maybe there's going to have to be some sacrifices along the way for the betterment of the team.
Michael Frazier buries another deep one.
You're right, Gazzy, because one, that gives the guys that are playing more playing time and more experience and more confidence.
Clark. Foul will be on Deng Deng, wrestling for position on the...
Fighting hard, and the thing that CJ Bruton be really wrapped about on the offensive end is, first and foremost, you're 5 of 6 from the three-point line and 53% overall, but of their 8 field goals that they've made, 7 of them have come from assists. So there's good ball movement, sharing around.
Rolling scores once more over the top of Soto. Here's 4 points, 4 rebounds as well in the opening quarter. It will be another offensive foul against Adelaide. How it's officiated, at least it's been consistent.
So you're rolling your eyes there, Gazzy. What do you think?
Oh, well, yeah, it was close, I guess, that one, but looked like wasn't a whole lot of movement. Looked like he had both feet set on there, but it's a bang-bang play. It's hard to call, but...
And Cleveland downhill, feeds Franks.
And once he gets that ball going, something good usually happens.
Yeah. Really pushing the tempo against the Hawks.
Rolling again. Takes it at Soto, and that will be number 3 on the...
Any inkling at all? I know you're happy with what you're doing in terms of your coaching with the juniors at the moment, but are we ever going to see you back again?
Look, I'm happy running transition and shoot HQ. I'm happy with that. I'm happy affecting the young kids' lives, and I'm more than happy to continue what I'm doing now.
And just finally, do you see much of a difference between the way this game is played now than when you were coaching?
Yeah, in just a short time, I think the game's more athletic now. I think teams that don't have athleticism struggle. You can't just be a sharp, good shooting team like you could.
I just wonder whether the phone call might come at some stage from the Brisbane Bullets.
Well, based on that interview there, he gave the political answer. He did not rule it out.
No, he did not. There's Deng Deng, the block at one end, and he scores at the other. It's back to a 1-point game.
Deng Deng's in this game, Drewy.
He's playing a little angry tonight.
Soto's still on the floor with 3 fouls. If I'm LOR, I'm going at him straight away.
Well, they do anyway, even if he had no fouls, because he's not renowned for his defense, and gets a lucky tip on that one that goes to Soto. But that's the biggest area of Soto's game that needs improvement. They just attack him off the bounce, and he's really struggled moving his feet, keeping people in front of him.
Karen feeds Soto inside, the foul and 1.
Geelong, number 2 dunk of the year, if you don't mind.
In Geelong air.
9 for the win.
Didn't win dunk of the year that year,
No.
did you?
It was
Leon
Trimming.
That's
by night. Leon.
2 for Johnson, starting to work his way into the game.
so crafty. He's able to find ways to make awkward-looking shots effective. And that was another example of it. Sort of a little push, half hook type shot.
He's leading them in scoring off the bench.
Well and truly worked his way in now, hasn't he? Michael Frazier, still the leading scorer with 11. All of those coming in the opening quarter. Dan Greeter catch and shoot 3. That doesn't stick. The ball fell into Mathiang's hands, and he's got 8 points.
He's really eating tonight, isn't he?
Opportunistic around the basket. This is that little token pressure that we're talking about. That's the worst place to pick up the ball. Talk about basketball 101 against a 1-2-2.
We've put these two learned gentlemen to work. Andrew Gaze and Leonard Copeland will reveal They're all NBL first and second teams as it stands right now.
And then there's an asterisk next to it because I wanted to...
Don't start backtracking.
We've got a lot of basketball.
There's plenty of time to change it. Yeah, but
right.
we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Do you feel like he's backtracking?
Yeah.
I am. I haven't even shown you.
Always on the fence.
No, it's not. It's just the reality that there's a lot of basketball to be played.
Well, you did it.
What do you mean?
You put the list together.
Well, it is, but reluctantly, only because you asked me to.
Sunday Tetch. Oh, my goodness. Knocks down his first one of the game.
Well, hasn't played a lot. We're talking about sacrificing. He might be one of the ones with Clark coming in that becomes a little bit short of minutes to travel.
What he can do is bring the defense out. He's always been known as a great defender.
I'm on it. And he's getting some reward with his jump shot.
Johnson steps out of bounds. Part of Dunkery.
Fantastic. Supporting Australian prostate research.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Wonderful cause that one. As Deng Deng has been proactive in this first half.
Went down the court and took the shot.
Illawarra have got themselves back within 6. And they got out to a game-high 9-point lead and was getting a little concerning for them.
That was lovely. Lovely give and go.
And that's the penalty. You get it over that front line of that 1-2-2, and you've got a numerical advantage, and that's the easiest way to get them out of that pressure is to start picking up those transition baskets and those easy ones.
Michael Frazier still out of the game. Not seen a lot of him in this second quarter. Rita fouled on the tip-in.
Why is that? There might be, maybe Case can get on props, isn't it? Looks like it probably do with a bit of a wash, though. Well, it just looks a bit, is that nappy? Or it's just...
I don't know, Julie. I don't have hair.
Oh, that's a good point.
This is the wrong panel to be having that conversation with. Adelaide ball, 10 on the shot clock.
Game.
We'll find out a little bit more about that shortly. Shot clock at 5. You can hear CJ Bruton counting it down. Adelaide have made a mess of this possession. And Clark travels. There's 8 points Ian Clark on 3 of 4 shooting. Deng Deng stepping back for 3.
Deng Deng.
He's feeling real good.
Well, he is, and what he is doing is getting extended and consistent minutes. And again, a lot of players, just it's all about opportunity.
10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Johnson rolls to the basket. It's caught up with Swaka Labulik. He's got 50 on the board, Adelaide. One last possession here for the Hawks. And 5 seconds is an eternity. Tyler Harvey pulls up from 8 mile away.
Stood out, and when you think of their entire season, and Justin Robinson in the first game of the season, I think it was, and George King, they've just had a horrific run of injuries. Dan Greeter, which we spoke about in the first half as well. It's just, they just can't seem to get a break.
Adelaide in possession to start the third quarter. Soto back out there with 3 fouls, tips it in.
That's what he can do. Around, just use that length around the basket. 5 rebounds for him.
Tyler Harvey. Michael Frazier becomes even more important. It's Deng Deng.
Deng Deng said, who needs Michael Frazier? Get me the ball and watch the show.
Second 3 of the night. Shooting it at 29% across the season.
And talking trash, too.
He's got 13 points on 5 of 7. Soto up top. Just jumps out. The Illawarra Hawks are the lowest scoring team in the competition in third quarters, but strangely are the best defensive team in third quarters. If you can make sense of that. We go back through Deng Deng. This time with the left hand, couldn't score. Rocky Dent. Leveled by a Soto screen, and Deng Deng blocks the shot.
Is Deng Deng mic'd up? Because every time...
Well, Franks hadn't seen a lot of it. That was only his 4th field goal attempt on the evening.
It's definitely not enough.
3 of 4, 7 points in the outing. He definitely needs to see more of it.
Froling goes to work on Soto, scores with the right hand. Sam Froling's got 9.
And right there, you saw the biggest problem that's facing Kai Soto. He just his ability to keep anyone who's going to drive at him in front. Go right by him. It's just too easy. Either gets into foul trouble or easy plays on the rim.
Is it fixable?
Test it and be able to slide your feet, give yourself a little bit more margin. Like he was really closed out, really tight on that last possession.
Deng Deng just picked up his 3rd foul. Drimmick hasn't really been able to get going after that first quarter. Hit a couple of threes to start the game. And quiet ever since. Harvey catch and shoot. Got it. Wow. Ties it up at 55.
We got a game.
Well, this is 55. This is a team that averages 80 on the season per game. Yeah. And again, another example of spreading the floor with that 1-2-2 little token half-court press.
Huh? He called it.
A little late-night banking from Swakala Bullock. Illawarra in front.
Somebody's got to play some defense here now. Come on.
Soto misses the layup. Deng Deng head down. He's only got one thing in mind, and that's the score and the flex.
Deng Deng must have... Oh, come on, man.
He looks in distress there. And I'm sure the Panadol is going to solve that problem, coach. Maybe a little Voltaren might help kick it in.
Adelaide have made a pretty sluggish start to this 3rd quarter. That will help their cause.
That is just way too easy.
Another example of the Hawks, the Adelaide defense, excuse me. The Hawks are shooting 51% from the field and 50% from three-point line, where they've been woeful all season.
And Harvey takes it inside and sent packing by Cleveland.
Would this be a danger game for Adelaide? This is a danger game. Mr. 70, he's speaking of 71. Didn't he have 71 on you, Jordan?
73, not on me. 73. We played him the next night. They played Frankston and he had 73. And we played him the next day on the Sunday afternoon as Sam Froling knocks it down. And Brian Goorjian was guarding him. And locked him up. And Gorge had 10 threes in the first half. Kenny Cole got a tech foul at halftime. Gorge made the next 2 free throws and then didn't score for the rest of the game. At 32, 10 threes in the first half.
Wow. Cleveland left open. And rattles out Ian Clark with the long rebound. What are you seeing, Copes?
I'd love to see Franks post up or dig in, or don't just stand there and...
I think you're right. I think Franks has got to hunt it a little bit more.
Well,
go
absolutely.
get it.
You can't just
demand it.
Yeah, it's not his job to run a play for you. When you're over here as an import, you can't have 7 points a game, bro. You got a plane ticket for you.
3 of 5 from the field. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities. And
go get it. Go find it.
Only 1 rebound in the game as well.
Here comes Cleveland. Off to Clark. He gave up his look.
Oh, they're thinking about it. You can see the wheels are ticking. The game's just not flowing. They're passing up. They're making decisions. They're not shooting with great confidence. And this is one they've got to find a way to figure out. But it's a couple of shots you'd normally take when you're in the flow, that there's the hesitation and just thinking about the shots rather than just waiting and what's coming to you. There's another example of it. This time it gets a play on the rim.
Think back to their last game on Saturday, and it was their 4th quarter that completely undid all of their good work. Dave O'Hickey puts them back in front.
Well, if that is a simple on-ball screen.
And CJ's yelling, you gotta get under. Get under.
He believes he wants to take the risk of Hickey shooting those 3 balls.
And he's right. He's 100% right.
Oh.
Swakala Bullock stole it away from Clark. And the jam. The Adelaide 36ers have got a real problem right now.
Well, the Amy replay, Clark gets stripped and Swakala Bullock goes up and tucks it in. Very nicely done.
Stunned silence, Drewy, at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And then the turnover as well.
Or like you're suggesting, Copes, it's one of those...
You go upside that head, bro. That's what you do. I'm telling you right now.
Fourth quarters have been a problem for Illawarra all season. And he started this one well. Here goes Cleveland. Johnson there to clean up the mess. It's a 2-point game.
Now you see why I put Cleveland in my... Because he can change a game. When he gets that ball off that glass, he's coming at you.
Swakala Bullock left open. Franks drags in that rebound.
And I think this is the key as well. Up the tempo. They looked pretty ordinary in the half court.
That's why I love this guy.
Cleveland misses the extra. Illawarra happy to walk this ball up the floor as they have been for most of the night. Slow this 36ers team down. Done it with a good level of success. Harvey hemmed in the corner. Fed Swakala Bullock and he's swatted out of the air. McCarron on the charge at the other end. Didn't shoot it and turned it over.
Come on, McCarron.
Well, the shot was a lot easier to take than the pass.
It's almost like someone told him not to shoot the ball. Why? He's a very good shooter. Look at the basket.
Davo Hickey got past McCarron and puts Illawarra back in front.
Well, and to the other end, you don't normally see that with McCarron. Goes underneath the screen, still keeps the man in front, but the man just blows by him.
And again, silence from the Adelaide crowd. Cleveland keeping them in the game. Couldn't score that time, though.
Well, Cleveland is the one that you can see is taking the game into his own hands, and I'd be getting Ian Clark back out there as soon as I can. He's another one that can make shots, 5 of 8 from the field. And there's a foul.
You stepped underneath him. You didn't even have anywhere to land.
Hasn't done a lot in this one. 3 of 5 from the field, and an O-board off a free throw, and Tyler Harvey on the kick out knocks down the 3, and the worry beads are well and truly out now for the Adelaide 36ers.
My goodness. The plot thickens at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. The Hawks have won just 2 games for the season. They lead by 6 away from home. Shot clock against them. And some momentum in direction in favour of the home team. They still trail by 2. Cleveland, like Superman, diving through the air. Off to Johnson. He can't score. McCarron does. Tied at 89.
That timeout, Drewy. That timeout.
And that desperation by Cleveland is exactly what the doctor and CJ ordered.
Cleveland's a machine.
He's up and in.
All over Tyler Harvey right now. No foul called. Johnson crashes the glass once more. Adelaide in possession. 90 seconds remaining to take the lead. Oh, yeah!
That's what...
They've worked too hard to let this one slip. They want the ball in the hands of Tyler Harvey to make the plays.
He's got 19 and is their leading scorer. And he's got Antonius Cleveland to deal with defensively. Conrad back into the game. Here is Harvey. Can't get that shot away.
Great D.
That is great defense. That is great defense. This is what they need.
Phenomenal.
Couldn't even get a look at the basket. He's all over this guy.
Tick down to a minute remaining. Adelaide have come from 8 down and now lead this game 92-89. Franks, he's done it again.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Almost non-existent for the vast majority of the game, and he stepped out of bounds, and there's a turnover and a flex from McCarron. Leading by example and bringing the energy.
Illawarra plate for the steal, and it might be a bridge too far. There's the forlorn look of Michael Frazier. There's a potential broken arm. Conrad, there's that 3 jump out. Guess who's got it again? Cleveland off to the races. 17 unanswered points on the way home for Adelaide.
You can see that from here.
In the season of struggle, it could have been a real high point for them. Now, it's gone.
But Drew, you're right. They go back to the drawing board. They pat themselves on the back because they thought.
Put this in the too hard basket and say enough's enough, but they continue to fight, and there, even the dying seconds, we see Harvey drilling another 3.
For these guys. Like, what do you want to fly? Business class or economy?
Deng Deng fouled late. If you're not getting along to a game.
Ooh. Really got to be careful.
As Drimmick comes up with it. Adelaide were down, but they weren't out. And the playoff dream lives on for the 36ers.
That was a very good win for these guys. A very good win.